What's up, family? It's Cass Sports again, back for another afternoon with my people. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. Just boxing talk. We're just a group of people that love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a channel or podcast or anything like that. The only requirement is you just had to love to talk boxing. That's all. Al Booger. What's up, Al Booger? Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. What's up, Miss Cass? That's my better half there. Gregory Pratt, hashtag JBT, aka GP, in the building. What's up, GP? Good to see you, bro. In here early today. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT, the mayor of YouTube Boxing. Salute, Mr. Mayor. How are you, bro? And the Boxing Mania podcast in the building. Boxing Mania podcast been live the last couple of days, putting out some fire content. You know, I would have announced it yesterday, but I didn't know. But check him out. He don't have a specific time yet, but turn your notifications on. Subscribe to him. Turn your notifications on and keep an eye out for him, because he's been putting out some fire content the last couple of days. Me, Justin James, Lonnie Lee, Bruce Gass had a good time over there last night. Watched some of Bill's Haney's comedy, and we watched the T.O. and Jermaine Ortiz fight over there last night on the Boxing podcast again. And you know what? After I watched it, that was the first time I watched it again, and I'm giving it to T.O. now. You know, I don't think Jermaine good enough. You know, you got to take a champion's title, and after watching it over there on the Boxing Mania podcast again last night, I don't think Jermaine did enough. Nah, so yeah, I'm giving it to T.O. now. Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad at a draw, but you know, nah, Jermaine didn't deserve it. Those last two rounds, the championship rounds, he needed to let his hands go a little bit more. He might have got the nod. Yeah. But today's show, you like that title, GP? Okay, yeah. Today's show is, what is the title? Boxing Styles and Technique? Is that it? Yeah. But anyway, we're going to talk about, get away from the history today. Remember how I used to talk about orthodox southpaw, different types of punches and all that? We're going to do that type of show today. Talk about some footwork, angles, ring generalship, lead hand work, ring IQ, sparring. Get into those things a little bit today. But how was everybody this afternoon? Hope everybody's doing good. It's good to see everybody in the building. Got some beautiful weather up here in Baltimore, Maryland. This weather been off the chain, man. It's like it's almost springtime already. It's just February. I ain't mad though. I ain't complaining. No. GB can tell you how nice it's been up here. And no, I'm not complaining. Good to see everybody though. Did Canelo make the big announcement yet? I was on the lookout for it, but anybody know, has he? That's today, right? The big Canelo announcement. Has he made it yet? Because I haven't seen anything. I think what it is going to be the Cinco de Mayo opponent, which will probably be Jaime Munguia, I think. Yeah. But I've been on the lookout for it. I haven't seen anything yet. Anybody know what time the big announcement is coming? I have no idea. I just know it's today. And remember, we got that triple header this week. Pro Box tomorrow. Then Thursday we got a card headlined by Jojo Diaz, and then Friday we got Oshaki and Abraham Nova. Shoo character, on that card. So it's gonna be a good boxing weekend. I didn't see anything for Saturday, but after the triple header Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll be okay Saturday. Plus, Aunt McQueen will probably do a Casuals Corner Saturday, so we'll still be okay. Yeah. I know everybody done checked out those Casual Corners by now. Those things are fire. Yeah. I'm glad to see you feeling great, GP. I'm feeling great now that I'm here with my people in the JBT. Just boxing talk, that's all. Yeah, we're going back to the styles and techniques type of show today, That's how we do it over here, We don't argue about Hank Devin and who's ducking or touch on too much about that nonsense like the Ryan and Devin Chevy match or whatever it was, If you're looking for that kind of stuff, you're probably in the wrong podcast, Just keep it 100. That ain't how we do it over here, man, Focus on history, different aspects of the sport, Because like I always say, being the two people, 2 men or 2 women in the room mixing it in the ring, mixing it up is what we live for in the sport, but that's just the end result. A whole lot goes into getting us to that point, and that's where I come in. Cass Sports, the History Channel, hosted by Cass Sports, the Boxtorian. That name is courtesy of Thomas Hill, the mayor of YouTube Boxing. There's Aunt McQueen in the building. Salute Aunt McQueen. And so he's all about the nonsense. Yeah. Oh yeah, but you get it at it's out there. If that's what you like, it's not hard to find in these YouTube streets at all. Yeah, I'm just saying you don't get it here. That's all I was saying. But I'm not saying you don't get it because it's all over the place out there. It's a lot of channels out there that specialize in it. So yeah, if you're all about it, hey, where it's at. It's not here. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's get off of that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about but yeah, if you're about the nonsense, it's out there. Be my guest. I'm just saying it's not here. Keeping it 100, this is the wrong place for it. Okay? Because you're not going to get it here. You're going to get some boxing history. You'll get to talk about some boxing styles and techniques and stuff like we're going to do today. Footwork, angles, ring generalship, lead hand control, ring IQ, sparring, that's how we do it over here. And that's what we're going to do today. Cass Sports. Tuesday afternoon. Got the week started back up again. That's all. Beautiful day in here with my people in the JBT. In great company, hardcore, to hang out in the morning, just do boxing, Rise podcast. We got Remo, hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. The Boxing Menu podcast, and started doing some live shows, putting out some good content over there. Yeah, turn your notifications on, keep an eye out for him. Oh yeah, we got a hashtag Let's Talk Fashion tomorrow, and where I know Remo's coming, and I'm going to try to have like the last 15 minutes, like 3:45, he's going to come up and give us a preview of what he's going to be doing tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think he's in here yet, but he'll be here like 3:45 or so. He's going to come up and let us know. Not give us too much, but just give us a little preview of what's happening tomorrow on hashtag Let's Talk Fashion with Remo. Also, www.richthreads.com. I always try to wait till about 2:30 to get started, give people time to get in here. Yeah. Y'all check out the Hangout this morning. Another Friday show. But yeah, so I guess we haven't got the big announcement yet. Nobody put it in there from Canelo. That is today, right? What y'all think it is? I think it's he's gonna announce his opponent, Cinco de Mayo. Probably. I guess that's what it is. What else could it be? And I think it's Jaime Munguia. Yeah. Canelo versus Jaime Munguia. Jaime was Golden Boy, right? So somebody was saying something like he was leaving PBC. Wow. Why? I thought they had a 3-fight contract already signed up with him. So what y'all think it is? Why is Canelo? What is the big announcement about today? Is it his next opponent? Is he leaving PBC? Is he retiring? Is he vacating the belts? Get some of those other 168 guys a chance to win some of the belts? Nah, I don't think it's that. No, I don't think Canelo is vacating. Nope. But yeah, we're gonna talk. I got my footwork portion up and ready to go. That's what we're gonna start out with. Then we're gonna talk about angles in boxing, ring generalship, the lead hand work, things like lead hand control, ring IQ, and sparring. Because, sparring is supposed to be, just like a process of light blows, training, practicing. But now, it seems like some guys have made it into a contest so they can come out on social media and brag about who won, who lost. No, that's not what sparring is supposed to be. We're going to get into that, later on in the show, time permitting. Going to try to fit everything in. But is everybody okay this Tuesday afternoon? Back for some more boxing talk with Cash Sports, the Boxtorian. How you spell that, Thomas Hill? Boxtorian. Yeah, Boxtorian. Courtesy of the mayor of YouTube, Thomas Hill. I like that nickname, the Boxtorian. And we got Pro Box tomorrow. Yep. Jojo Diaz Thursday. And Shaqy Friday. No boxing Saturday though. But like I said, Ant might do a casual corner Saturday, so we're still going to be okay. After 3 days of back-to-back boxing, and then a casuals corner Saturday, I would say that's a pretty good weekend for a boxing fan. What y'all think? Boxing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, then casuals corner Saturday, you can't beat that. No, I'll take it. That is my idea of a great boxing fan weekend, The announcement might come during the show. So if I see everybody run out like they did during the weigh-in Friday, I know the announcement is coming. But nobody know the time, huh? Okay. But nowadays, you don't miss anything. In this social media age. Once it's out there, it's out there. You can always pull it back up and look at it. Just like we looked at the T.O. Jermaine Ortiz fight last night. Again, over at the Boxing Menu podcast. And that was the first time I watched it over. And I did think Jermaine won it, but after watching it over last night, I like I said, I switched to T.O. Because Jermaine didn't do enough. I don't think he did enough to take the title. Those last couple rounds. Now, I think Senator Martin fought in a similar fashion, but I think Senator might have been a little bit more offensive than Jermaine was. Plus, Senator knocked T.O. down, remember? I still think he won. Sandor. I watched that a couple times. Yeah. I gave that one to Sandor Martin. But Jermaine, after watching it again last night, yeah. I gotta go with Teofimo on that one. Yeah. But what's next for Tio? Because everybody's counting him out now and talking against him. But remember, don't forget the Josh Taylor performance. And that's still in there. We still have that T.O. And he might show up at his next performance and give us that. So don't count T.O. out. Okay. Everybody, including me, was before the Josh Taylor fight. I had Josh Taylor smashing him. And look what happened. So that T.O. can show up at any time. Just like the one showed up against Jermaine Ortiz Saturday, the subpar one. He won. And the one that fought Josh Taylor and Loma could very well show up in his next fight. Okay. So never count T.O. out. Because that other one is in there. And you don't never know when he's going to be the one that climbs into that ring. Okay. So I'm not definitely picking Sakura, Devin, them guys over him. I'm not. I still think out of the champions at 140, T.O. would give Subriel Matias his toughest fight. The right T.O. now. Now the one that showed up Saturday would probably get knocked out by Subriel. But the one that fought Josh Taylor and Loma, that one would give Subriel a run for his money. So no, don't count T.O. out. Okay. That aggressive, athletic, powerful T.O. is still in there. He just don't show up every time, that's all. Okay? He just doesn't show up for every fight. But he's gonna have that same father training every time. You know when T.O. was doing his ring walk Saturday, had the circus-like atmosphere? I thought he should have had his father in a clown suit. Wouldn't that have been perfect? Senior would have came out there with a clown suit on, walking down. That would have been perfect. Yeah. That's the first thing came to mind when they had that circus-type atmosphere doing the ring walk. I said, now, Teofimo Sr. come out there in a clown suit, that would have set the whole thing off, man. Yeah. Wouldn't it? That would have set the whole thing off. Yep. Okay, let's get ready to do it. Today's show is boxing styles and technique. Okay, footwork, angles, ring generalship, lead hand control, ring IQ, sparring. Just a little brief touching on all these subjects, what they mean, and how you doing. The important stuff, because all of them are very important aspects of our sport. That's what I'm going to touch on today. First is going to be footwork. Okay? Starting off with footwork. Okay. Well, let me see what's going on in the chat before I get started. Okay, Gregory Prince says, yes, respectfully, I can't agree with it's a special way to get the win against a champion. A win is a win in my book. That's true, Gregory. That's true. Yeah, I just don't think he did enough, to get the win. He didn't finish. Yeah, he didn't finish. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. It's not a special way to get a win, but he didn't. What I'm saying is he didn't take the belt. Okay, he didn't finish the fight off. basically just ran around the ring all night, avoiding exchanging. I just say that's not how you win a championship. You got to go in there aggressive, scoring. You know, like I did the show on judging last week. Ring generalship, defense, effective aggression. Clean punches. I just don't think Jermaine checked the box enough on those things to win the fight. And I heard some people say, I will say this, I heard some people say, well, T.O. was the aggressor, he should have won. No, it's not being the aggressor, it's being the effective aggressor, okay? You can be aggressive and still be getting pieced up, but are you being aggressive and scoring on your opponent, not getting countered? That's effective aggression, okay? It's the difference from being aggressive and being the effective aggressor. Did I get your point, GP? And it's well taken. Yeah, well taken. A win is a win. For sure, 100%. 100%. Okay, that is a good point, GP. Yeah, but I still just don't think Jermaine did enough. You know what I mean? I just don't think he did enough. Yeah. But, you're not the only person that think he did enough. A lot of people. I did at first until last night when I watched it over. We watched it over. And yeah, I gave it to T.O. that time. Or a draw. Yeah. Yeah, but I see exactly what you're saying, GP. Yeah. A win is a win. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But and then 115, 113, two judges had. I didn't agree with that 117, 111, though. That was a little wide. Yeah. 115, 113, yeah. And if I was judging after the second time, I probably would have had it a draw. Yeah. I served 88. Salute. I served 88 is in the building. Salute to I Serve 88, everybody in the building. We're going to be talking about some boxing styles and technique today. We're getting ready to start out with footwork. I was getting ready to get started before GP came up with that excellent point he just made. And I had to address it. Yeah. Excellent point. Well taken. Appreciate it, GP. Okay. I Serve 88 in the building. Salute. Okay, let's get started on this footwork. Well, I wanted to do one thing before I got started. Yeah, Boxing Menu Podcast. Okay, Boxing Menu Podcast. I made you a moderator. I thought you already was one. Yeah. Thomas Hill. Okay. Now footwork. Footwork. Footwork is the foundation upon which all boxing skills are built. Okay. Yeah, footwork is where you start at. And it's more than just moving your feet around the ring. Okay. It's really an art form, and it requires precision, agility, and coordination. Right? It's the dance of the boxer, a symphony of movement that allows you to maintain balance, generate power, and evade your opponent's attacks. And I'm going to get into each of those things and how footwork relates to those. Allows you to maintain balance, generate power, and evade your opponent's attacks. Okay? Now, in the realm of boxing, footwork is the greatest skill to master. Right? Because a boxer with exceptional footwork possesses a distinct advantage over the opponent. That statement is so true. A boxer with exceptional footwork possesses a distinct advantage over their opponents. Devin Haney just The sole reason he beat Regis was because of his exceptional footwork, I think. Okay, perfect example of the statement. A boxer with exceptional footwork possesses a distinct advantage over their opponent. Y'all agree with that? That is a big statement there. Now, as they can effortlessly control the distance, create angles, and launch precise and powerful attacks, at the same time evading their opponent's punches, right? Now, by understanding and mastering footwork, a boxer will elevate their performance, gain a strategic advantage, and move with the grace and precision of a true boxing maestro. Okay, now let's get into it. Defensively, all right? Defensively. Now, the primary use of footwork defensively is very simple. Just step back out of range. That's the primary use of footwork defensively. Just step back out of range, right? Very simple. Now, stepping back out of range is widely regarded as the easiest and safest defense in boxing, right? Not countering, not moving your head off the line, just stepping back out of range. That's the safest and easiest defense in boxing. Okay? Think about it. Just step back out of range. If you're out of range, you can't hit you. You don't have to worry about moving your head off the line or countering. You're out of range. Right? Now, by creating distance from your opponent, you also give yourself time to think, catch your breath, and minimize the chances of getting hit. Like I was just saying, you're out of range. Okay, it allows you to reduce the target area, absorb less impact, regain your composure, and plan your next defensive and offensive strategies. Right? Okay. Now, overall, mastering footwork is fundamental for developing solid defensive skills and minimizing risk in close range exchanges. Okay. Closing distance. Okay. Using footwork. Closing distance. Now, proper footwork when you're closing distance is crucial. Okay. Because it allows you to counter effectively. It minimizes the chance of your opponent countering you, right? Effective footwork as you're closing distance. Also allows you to create angles and deceptive movements to get close enough to deal damage to your opponent. Now, one way to close the distance using footwork, again, very simple. Well, not simple, but it's, you know what I mean. It's nothing complicated about it. One way to close distance with footwork is just step forward, moving your head off the center line, right? Step forward, keep your head off the line. That's one simple way of closing distance. Not simple, one uncomplicated way, because I hate using simple, because there's nothing simple about being in that boxing ring and two people throwing punches at each other's head. Ain't nothing simple about that, but one uncomplicated way of closing distance using footwork, just step directly forward, right? Step forward and keep your head off the line. Okay? I had that earpiece in. I don't need that. Okay, now, but instead of stepping directly forward, you step slightly to the side, okay? Now, when you step into the left, shift your weight onto your left foot, okay? And of course, when you're stepping right, shift your weight onto your right foot. Now, this weight shift prepares you to deliver a punch once you get within range, okay? Think about it. Shift your weight to your left or right while stepping forward, preparing you to deliver a punch once you get in that range. Left or right. Okay. While stepping left, followed up with a left hook or left to the body. Or stepping right, straight right hand to the head or body. Okay. Now, power generation. Okay. Footwork also key in power generation. Now, a recent study was done. Now, it says approximately only 25% of power is generated from the arms. Now, you wouldn't think that. You would think the majority of the power when you punch it is generated from the arms, right? But only 25% is generated from the arms. More is generated from the legs. 35% is generated from the legs. 35% of power is generated from the legs, right? Plus, the other 40% is generated by hip rotation. Okay? And hip rotation is another aspect of footwork. So, basically, the feet and the hips are responsible for 75% of the power in your punches. 75% from the hips and feet. Okay? Not the arms. The arms only 25%. Okay. Now you would think more power would come from your arms when you're punching, but no, 75% come from the feet and hips. And this can be the difference between your opponent feeling like they've been hit with a pillow or a sledgehammer. Okay? The way you generate that power when you punch. Big difference. Okay. Now, okay, fainting. Okay, footwork is plays a lot when you're fainting, of course. Okay, fainting. Now, when it comes to fainting, like I said, footwork plays a crucial role. Okay, creating deception and misdirection. Because, you can fake movements and trick your opponent into reacting or committing. And that opens up opportunities for you to land punches, right? Now, there are multiple different ways to feint, okay, with your hands and your hips. But we're talking about footwork, so this is how you do it with your feet. Now, you just quickly jolt your whole body forward. Take the tiniest step that you can possibly take. Okay. Now, the step shouldn't be when you're starting to feint. You take that tiny step because you don't want it to be big enough to put yourself in your opponent's range. All right. But it should be just big enough to make your opponent think you're about to enter his range, okay? So you take a tiny step. You don't want to put yourself in his range, but you want to make him think you're coming in the range, right? And as soon as you take this step, you want to make sure you bring your body back on balance as quick as possible. So you want to get back on balance as quick as possible so you can capitalize on any opportunity that you just created with that feint, No use making a feint if you ain't ready to capitalize on it, if you're all off balance from taking a step forward and everything, Feinting the guy. So you want to get back on balance so you're ready to take advantage of whatever your feint has given you. Now also keep in mind, You don't have to punch every time you feint now, okay? You don't have to punch. You can use your feint to see how it made your opponent react, okay? Yeah. Feinting that just to get your opponent out of position to be hit. No, you can feint just to see how he would have reacted if you would have punched. You were going to punch, right? So after you see this, you can see what parts of his body your opponent was open when he was attempting to stop your punch when you feinted him, okay? So the next time you feint, you know exactly what's open, right? Take advantage of it. Okay, so let's move on to angles. Okay, that's a little bit about footwork. Okay, let's take a look at angles. Okay, because footwork angles are related. There's Lonnie Lee. Salute Lonnie Lee in the building. Was the work day okay, Lonnie? You got 2 down, 3 to go. But guess what, Lonnie? We only got 1 to go before boxing, pro box. And then we got Thursday, Friday. We don't have to wait till Saturday this week. Got a triple header coming up. So that's good news. No boxing Saturday, though. Well, we could get a casual corner Saturday, though. So, hey, still in good shape. But salute to Lonnie Lee in the building. Off work. I don't know if he's at that red light or already made it home. Yeah. Oh, he's leaving now. Okay. Leaving work now. We'll have a safe trip home, Lonnie Lee. We're talking about footwork. Yeah, and then listen, but don't chat unless you're at them red lights now. Okay. When the red light catch you, then shoot me a message, a comment. Okay. Like you always do. All right, salute to Lonnie Lee. We are going to angles. This is the boxing styles and techniques show. I keep forgetting the name. Gregory Pratt likes the name. Appreciate GP. Give it fire feedback. Great point about the didn't do enough to win thing. Yeah, that is a great point. A win is a win. You're 100% right, GP. A win is a win. I don't care how you did it. If you deserve it, you should get it. You know. But after watching the second time, I thought I don't think Jermaine deserved it. But anyway, we're talking about angles now. Okay, how to create and use angles in boxing. Am I on the right thing? Yeah. Okay. Look different. I go over all this stuff in the morning, but you know, I'm live now. Okay. Everybody smash on the appreciation button. Oh yeah, appreciation's looking nice. Everybody doing okay this Tuesday afternoon? Getting into our first day. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. We got a hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. We got Pro Box. And I'm gonna go over the Pro Box fights tomorrow like I always do. And then we got Thursday night, Jojo Diaz. We got Friday, Oshaki. And guess what? There's another card for Mexico on Friday too. It's 2 cards on Friday. I don't know why they didn't put one of them on Saturday. But yeah. The fighters will be I saw the main event, but it said most of the cards is to be announced. Yeah. 2 cards Friday. Ain't that something? And then a potential casual's corner with Ant McQueen on Saturday. All right. Angles. Okay, let's see. Angles. Now, adding off-axis movement to your footwork will open up different avenues of attack. Okay, angles, right? That you may not have realized otherwise. And it also could allow you to evade an opponent's offensive set. cut their combination short, and set up your counters. However, moving in angles is an acquired skill. It takes a considerable amount of training and practice to be able to add this type of movement to your muscle memory, right? Now, it also requires laser-like focus, and you have to constantly be one step ahead of your opponent at all times, right? Now, how to move forward. Now, okay. Now, when you're moving forward or towards your opponent, normally you're on the offense, right? Now, creating angles of attack as the aggressor will put you in the best position to take advantage of holes that open up in an opponent's defense, okay? Being on the angle. Now, you might find yourself in a situation where your opponent has very tight defense and punches can't seem to get through. And that's because your opponent can see your attacks coming, okay? Now, by creating angles, you offer your opponent different looks, which he may have a harder time defending against, right? Coming in off angles instead of just going straight in, just keeping your head off the line like that, going in off angles will give your opponent different looks. He'll have a harder time defending against you. Okay? Now, always direct yourself with your lead foot, okay? Because, very simple again, wherever your lead foot goes, that's where you're going, right? So always direct yourself with your lead foot. Because wherever the lead foot goes, that's where you're going. Just like the head moves, but the body don't. Wherever your lead foot going, that's where you're going. Okay, so always direct yourself with your lead foot. Whether inside or outside, left or right, okay? But you can't just move your feet without punching, Time you move your lead foot, throw a jab, okay? The punch will distract your opponent at the angle you want to create. Now that you're at an angle with your glove in your opponent's face, now it's time to throw a power punch. Because your opponent will not see when and where you're moving. Even if he does, it'll be too late for him to do anything about it, right? Because you came in on the angle. You didn't walk straight in and just keep your head off the line. You came in off the angle. Okay. Put that jab in his face to distract him. Now you're at the angle. Come with the power punch, right? And even if he sees what you're doing and where you're moving, it's too late to do anything about it, okay? You agree, Thomas Hill? Now, that's moving forward on an angle. How do you move backward using an angle? Okay? Now, Remo #JBT is in the building. Yeah, Remo, I was going to say about 3:45. We're going to take a look at, get our preview for the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion tomorrow, okay? About 3:45, I will drop the link, okay? Remo #Let's Talk Fashion #JBT. Here's Jay Hardcore from Hardcore Boxing News. Fire show, Fire podcast. I done missed it the last couple of days. I've been extremely busy in the mornings. That's gonna have to end. I can't keep missing my hangout, man. They're getting on my nerves with that stuff. Something got to give. Salute to Jay Hardcore from Hardcore Boxing News in the building. Okay. Well, today we just did a little different show. Off the history for a day, talking about some boxing style and technique. We went over footwork. Now we're talking about angles, okay? The advantages. of angles, but you got to be careful. I'm gonna get on that too, because angles can put you in harm's way sometimes. You know, I'm gonna touch on that. But salute Remo and Jay Hardcore just entered the building, and Remo, don't forget, like 3:45, I want to get a preview of tomorrow's Let's Talk Fashion, so I'm gonna drop the link. Okay, now we're talking about how to move backward off the angles. There's Miss Cass with the hand wave. Hello, Miss Cass. How are you? How's everything out there in the living room? Going good. Okay. Back here in my office. I said I got 2 offices now. I'm in my old one today. Miss Cass out there making noise in there in my new one, so I had to operate from the old one today. Okay. How to move backwards. Now, when you're moving backward, you're more often than not on the defensive. Just like when you were moving forward, you were on the offensive. Now, when you're moving backward, most times, more than likely, you're on the defensive. You don't have to be, but most times you're on the defensive when you're moving backward, right? So, creating angles when you're moving backward gives you an escape route to either avoid your opponent's combination entirely or disrupt his rhythm. And you can come back with a sharp counter as you're exiting, right? Think about it, yeah. Mike Rhyme in the building. Salute to Mike Rhyme. What's happening, Mike? How are you today, bro? Always good to see Mike Rhyme in the building. Susie, how are you this afternoon, Mike? We're off the history today. We're doing like I used to do, boxing style fundamental show, okay? I bet your Aunt McQueen enjoying his show. Okay, now, we were talking about moving backward using the angle, okay? And now, like I was saying, most times moving backward, like moving forward, you're on the offensive, moving backward. You don't have to be, but most times you're on the defensive. So, yeah. Going back on the angle gives you an escape route, right? Either avoid your opponent's punches entirely, or you just disrupt his rhythm. Come back with a sharp counter of your own, right? Now, knowing how to move while you're on the back foot is essential to becoming a good fighter. Okay, essential. Now, what you do, just practice pivoting out of the way of an on-rushing opponent. Use your rear foot to pivot from the power side. At the same time, you want to try your best to block and parry incoming punches, you know, as they're coming at you. Now, the old jump step, okay? Jump stepping. All right. Okay. Now, it says jump stepping isn't commonly taught in the gym. More often than not, you learn this technique by watching elite fighters do it in the ring, okay? It's an unorthodox move, but great boxer punchers like to use it. Like, for example, Manny Pacquiao, okay? Loma was good at this technique, okay? Now, jump stepping involves exploding off the ground, both feet leaving the surface at the same time, and hitting the ground almost at the same time, okay? You usually want to land at the left or right of your opponent, not right in front of him, okay? The faster and more explosive the movement, the harder it will be for your opponent to square up for, okay? Now, Pacquiao and Loma often use that to get into punching positions quickly. Now, obviously, once you get on the blind side of your opponent, it's time to punch with a quick combination. Okay. And also, using a jump step keeps your lateral movement unpredictable. Sure, I would love some fish and fries, Miss Cass. Okay. Y'all see that, don't you? See that, Jay? I'm having fish and fries for dinner. All right. Fish and fries. Had steak for the fight last week. I know y'all remember that. Booger told me to leave him some, but nah. I ate half Miss Cass's. She dozed off. Wrong move to make. I slipped in there and finished hers off. But slipping punches, okay, is next. Slipping punches is another excellent way to create and use angles. Okay. Now, okay. Give me 4 minutes, please. Okay, I'm back. Now, moving your head to the left or the right to evade a punch by the slimmest of margin. Okay. That's the skill all boxers should have, right? Move your head to the left, right, slip punches. But you want to take it a step further and pivot to the left or right as you're slipping it, okay? That will create an angle of attack for you, okay? So you're slipping the punch to the left, pivot, okay? That puts you on the angle. And it will create an angle of attack for you, okay? And as you slip and try to throw a counter punch simultaneously with the slip for maximum effect, your opponent won't be able to see it coming. Okay, you stun him for a split second, follow up with something else, get him on up out of there. Okay, now that's angles. Let's go to what's next? Going to be ring generalship. Okay, ring generalship. Okay, now what is ring generalship anyway? I'm going to drop the music down a notch. Is that okay with y'all? Just a notch. Not much. And Jay Hawker would tell you, I can't operate without my music. Music go out again. I might as well just stop the whole show because I was having problems that day, man. Hope this thing don't go out again because the last couple of days it went out in the middle of the damn show. Now what's going on, man? Oh, come on. Well, there we go. Okay. I should have just left it like it was and not mess with nothing. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more in the building. Salute Bruce Gas. Boxing, jazz, and more. Okay. If you like boxing history, that's another good place to get it. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Yeah. Today we're doing a little show on style and technique, Bruce. A little different thing, you know. We're gonna go back to the history tomorrow. I got a treat for y'all next week, though, but I'll tell you about it later. Okay. Now, where are we at? Ring generalship. Okay. But salute to Bruce Gas. Ring generalship. Everybody smash on that like button. Yeah. Everybody has smashed on the like button. It appears. I'm writing down names now. I know how many likes out there. Because I'll send old school or fender bender down there into the chat. It ain't right. And what Jay Hardcore say, fender bender is 6'19". Y'all don't want him to come down there. Or old school. Now, ring generalship. Let's talk about ring generalship for a minute. What is ring generalship, though? Okay. Ring generalship is controlling the action in the ring using a combination of footwork and punches. That's basically it. Controlling the action in the ring using a combination of footwork and punches. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Thomas Hill. Command of ring is ring generalship. Yeah, Thomas Hill, the mayor of YouTube Boxing, just put it simple. Okay. The mayor of YouTube Boxing has spoken. He says, command of the ring is ring generalship. But, Mr. Mayor, using footwork and punches to get control now. Don't forget that. Combination of footwork and punches. But you're right, Mr. Mayor. Control of the ring is ring generalship. Okay? You're right. 100%. I ain't going against the mayor of YouTube. They might snatch me up off of here. Who can do? All right, now, ring generalship, okay? It's a technical term used to describe the control of the action in the ring. Now, like I just said, using a combination of footwork and punching. A boxer will use ring generalship to gain an advantageous position in order to land clean punches or to force an opponent to move and react in a specific way. Like the mayor said, command of the ring. Very simple. Okay? Just like the mayor said. Now, with ring generalship, you can dictate the pace of the action, right? You can maneuver your opponent and move them where you want them to be without them even realizing it. Okay, that's the beauty of it. You putting him or her around the ring where you want them, they don't even realize you're doing it. Ring generalship. That's the beauty of it, ain't it, Mr. Mayor? Okay. You can bait them into doing certain punches, lay traps for them until they are cornered or leaning against the ropes. You know who a good person that ring generalship is? The face of boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis. Excellent ring general, man. Excellent. Bud Crawford. T. Bud Crawford. Okay, two excellent examples. Watch them fight. You will see excellent execution of ring generalship. Terrence Crawford or Terrence Crawford or Tank Davis or Dimitri Bivol. It's another one. Another good ring general. Okay. Dimitri Bivol. Yeah. Those three. You will always see good examples of ring generalship. Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Davis, or Dimitri Bivol. Okay. Anybody think of anybody else? Put them in the chat. Give me a good one, Mr. Mayor. A good person that's good at ring generalship. While I move on. Okay, now, where was it? Yeah, set traps for him to corner him. Or you can make your opponent chase you until they tire out, right? You can trick them into launching an attack. And you disappear from the center line. Okay. Now, like I was said in the show last week on judging, ring generalship is one of the main scoring criteria in a professional boxing match. Supposed to be anyway. Okay, it's supposed to be. Mexican Monster, who Benavidez? Oh man, I don't know. What y'all think? He's not up there on the par with Tank or Bud or Bivol. Maybe Benavidez. I don't know. What y'all think about David Benavidez? I don't know, Remo. That's a good one. That's a good question, though. Benavidez. Yeah. I would say, as the fight moves along, Benavidez becomes better at ring generalship. I would say that, Remo. Yeah. As the fight moves along and gets later in the fight, that's where he displays his ring generalship for Benavidez. What y'all think about that? That's what I would say about the Mexican Monster, yeah. Now, like I was saying, I went over in the show last week. Remember, one of the main criteria for the judges is ring generalship, right? Supposed to be anyway. But some of the judging I done seen, I don't know what they're using. Okay. And so by it being one of the main criteria of the judging, that makes it one of the most important aspects of a fight, right? Because the fighter who controls the ring usually controls the fight. and usually comes out on top, right? Right or wrong. You control the ring, you usually control the fight. And that's the direct recipe for being the winner. Okay. Now, let me see. Okay, these are some of the ways to be a good ring general. Number one, master basic movement. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, I thought she went for dinner. You done bought me some fish and fries just now. Okay. I ate one. I try not to smack in y'all ear. Now, like I was saying, the first step to become a more commanding ring general is to master basic movement, okay? Now, when your footwork becomes second nature, and you're not actually thinking about moving your feet in a certain way, that's when you can put everything together and combine movement with strategy. Okay? Number two, move in angles, right? Move in angles. Angles are a significant part of boxing, like I just went over. Okay? By moving in angles, you reduce the risk of getting caught by a punch that you don't see coming. Okay? Moving in angles. At the same time, you're using ankles. Like I just did say, it gives you opportunities to create avenues of attack. Number three, win the positioning battle. Okay. Okay. Win the positioning battle. You know, like the lead foot battle. Your lead foot must constantly be on the opposite side of your opponent's lead foot, with the ability to pivot away from an opponent's power hand. By keeping your foot in this position, you can easily circle away from danger when needed to. Now, of course, it gets tricky when southpaw and orthodox, right? Yeah. Now, if you are orthodox going up against the southpaw, your lead foot has to stay outside of your opponent's lead foot to keep you balanced. Otherwise, you'll be open right down the middle, okay? And your balance will be compromised. The way to win this lead foot battle, you got to use quick, explosive, and intelligent movements, okay? We're talking about different aspects of ring generalship. Number four, cut off the ring, right? Cut the ring off. Now, standard boxing ring is between 16 and 20 feet on each side, right? And the good fighters know how to maximize every inch of that ring. Okay? Know how to control the expanse of the ring and control where your opponents go and how they move. Now, good defensive fighters will often use a lot of lateral movement to circle around the ring. They're elusive and hard to catch. Even harder to trap along the ropes, okay? Number five, don't forget to punch, of course. Always use your jab, fight your way inside. Come in the range with a combination, paired with good head movement. Same time, use your jab to punch your way out of harm's way. Duck and under after throwing your jab, or explode out of range following an uppercut. Whatever you do, don't forget to throw punches. Okay. Number, okay. Yeah, that's it. Let's go to, that was ring generalship, a brief one. Next, we're going to talk about lead hand work, lead hand control, all of that. Is everybody okay this Thursday afternoon? Man. Excuse me. Miss Caston put this big plate of fries and fish right in front of me, man. Fish sticks. Damn. Oh, man. I don't want to smack in y'all ears, but I'm sorry. Blame her. What did I say was next? Lead hand control. Lead hand control. Control. Okay, anybody come in? Keep track of the chat. Yeah, Remo. About a half hour, I'm gonna drop the link for you so we can get a look at tomorrow's Let's Talk Fashion. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. Another part of this JBT movement from Remo. Now, lead hand control, or the lead hand. Now, your lead hand has the potential to be your most effective weapon, okay? But because, the jab is commonly known as the most important punch in boxing. And many consider the lead hook to be boxing's most powerful punch, right? Jab, most important punch in boxing, and the lead hook, a lot of people think it's the most powerful punch, both done with your lead hand, right? Now, however, since most boxers stand with their dominant hand behind them, right? Like, don't have to be, but the majority of orthodox are right hand and the majority of southpaws are left hand, right? So most boxers in their stance have their dominant hand behind them, okay? So the lead hand is often an undeveloped tool, especially in the modern era. Okay. Now let's look at the lead hand from the defensive aspect. Okay. Everybody enjoying this stuff? The mayor is, he says, facts cast. Okay. Now, of course, the lead hand is the first line of defense against your opponent's punches, right? Now, this is assuming both you and your opponent are orthodox, okay? Your left hand can be used to defend against any punch aimed at your left side, right? Okay, that's your lead hand. If you're in the orthodox stance, right? Left. Can be used against any punch aimed at your left side. And that's important because if you're going up against another orthodox fighter and you orthodox, that's your opponent's power side, right? The side that your left hand is on, your lead hand. Now, the more educated your lead hand is, what that means, the more educated your lead hand is, the fewer power shots you take, right? Just think about it. You're fighting another orthodox fighter. Your lead hand is your left hand, you orthodox too. So that's your opponent's power side. So that's more important. That's very important for fighters to know. Then your lead hand is on your opponent's power side. So the more educated your lead hand is, the fewer power shots you will take, right? Okay. Now the first defense is simply to block the punches, right? So you just, in your stance, raise your left palm to the left side of your temple. Okay, when you're blocking, this will put your boxing glove in the path of an opponent's right cross. Okay? Now to block an opponent, the orthodox, now I'm talking about he's fighting an orthodox opponent, right? Okay? Southpaw would be a little different, a lot different. Now, to block an orthodox opponent's left hook, you raise your right palm to the right side of your temple. This is sometimes called catching, okay? And you can't confuse that with this is to catch the left hook from an orthodox opponent. And that's different from the technique you use to catch a jab, right? Catch the left hook. Put your glove up, right side of your temple, okay? Different technique for catching the jab. Okay. Now to parry. Now parrying is best used to redirect punches. Okay? Not exactly to block. Just redirect them. Like the punch coming at your head, you parry it, redirect it, goes past your head, right? So you didn't exactly block it, stop it from coming, but you moved it, parried it, redirected it. Okay? Now it is opposite of the block, really. Instead of bracing and like taking the shot directly on your glove, that's blocking it, parrying it. And that can throw your opponent a little off balance with the parry, you know. Because, you know, he's following through. You parry him, which way is he going? 9 times out of 10, he going that way that you parried that punch, right? So you can set up a counter off the parry, right? Yeah, placing your opponent out of position, making him vulnerable to the counter. And having your punches parried, you know, puts you in that same position, right? Okay. Now, shoulder roll or leverage block. Excuse me for a second. You put this plate of food there, it ain't my fault, I'm sorry. I always back up a little bit when I'm chewing though. Okay, shoulder roll or leverage block. Okay. In addition to the lead hand parrying, it can also be performed using your elbows or your shoulders. Okay, the elbow and shoulder technique are often referred to as the shoulder roll or leverage block. More commonly, we know it as the shoulder roll. Okay. For 1 second, please. There we go. Yeah, we know it as the shoulder roll, but it is also called the leverage block. Andre Ward was good at it. James Toney. Floyd Mayweather. Just a few boxers that were outstanding at the shoulder roll. Okay. Andre Ward, James Toney, Floyd Mayweather. Okay, and what you do is extend your lead hand in an L shape, right? Almost like you just finished throwing a lead hook. And this allows the use of your forearms and elbows to block the path of potential incoming punches. Now, as your opponent attempts to either punch above or below their block, you can either lift their punch up or drop your arm on theirs as they strike, right? Now, the shoulder roll can also be performed in a similar manner. After throwing your lead hand, either jab or hook, flip and lift your elbow. This will put your elbow and shoulder in line with any punches your opponent aims at the left side of your body and head. Okay? Okay. We're on lead hand control, right? Yeah. Okay, hand control. Hand control is just another technique that can add layers to your lead hand game. Okay, it's just in various martial arts. Again, I'm assuming that both fighters are orthodox. Just Do Boxing in the building. The Voice. Welcome aboard, Just Do. We stepped away from the history a little today. Just doing some boxing style and technique today. Yeah, that's all. But Just Do Boxing, The Voice is in the building. Salute to Just Do Boxing, everybody. Fire channel. Doing great work over there. Fire content each and every day. Okay, 4 o'clock. Now, yeah, like I said, I'm assuming both boxers are orthodox again. You know, lead hand control, it can be as simple as just placing your left glove on your opponent's right glove. You know, 2 orthodox fighters, right? Guess in southpaw, it'd be a little bit different. But, you know, 2 orthodox fighters, lead hand control can be as simple as just placing your left glove on top of their right glove. Okay? Now, as long as you have your glove on this, they can't punch or they can't defend without you feeling their hand. You know, beforehand, you know, feeling them moving, right? Roberto Duran was good at this, okay? You know, once he got inside, he would always pin his opponent's right arm with his left hand. He would put his right hand on top of their left hand and pull their hand down. And then he would come up with the uppercut behind that to the body of your head. He used to do this against world-class boxers, okay, in multiple fights. Roberto used to do it a lot. Yeah. Ooh, we getting on up into the day, man. We still got ring IQ and sparring left, but we'll get to it. Of course, at 3:45, I'm gonna drop the link for Remo so we can see what's happening on Let's Talk Fashion tomorrow. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion tomorrow. Right now, we're talking about lead hand control. Now, an easy way to increase your lead hand effectiveness is to increase your punch variety, right? Increase your punch variety. Come with a few different punches, you know, because your opponent will have worked on ways to defend against the jab or lead hook. But how many of them gonna be them worked on ways to adapt to less common punches, right? Okay. Now, there's also a thing called lead hand feints. It's another powerful offensive tool to add to your toolbox. Many variations of feints. Okay. You can twitch your elbow to feint a hook, half extend your lead hand to fake a jab, or even bump your shoulder to fake a punch from that side. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, feints are a definite mandatory part of a boxer's repertoire. Okay, ring IQ. Now, what is ring IQ? Okay. Take a look at ring IQ. It's almost 3:30-ish. Yeah, we want to bring Remo up. Yeah, fish chip right quick. Leave it for 1 minute. Oh, Miss Cash put this plate of food out here, man. I'm not gonna sit here and look at it. It's gonna get cold. I'm eating it. Now, ring IQ, right? Okay. Now, what is ring IQ? This is what I look at ring IQ as: a fighter's ability to craft and execute a game plan in the boxing ring that suits their skills and stifles their opponents. Okay. A fighter's ability to craft and execute a game plan in the boxing ring that suits their skills and stifles their opponents. Ring IQ. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about ring IQ. Time flies when you're having fun. It's almost 3:30. Now there are many fighting styles in boxing. Okay. From the Philly shell, used to be used by Floyd Mayweather, to the aggressive peekaboo, used by Mike Tyson. Now, regardless of their individual style, skilled boxers share one commonality: ring IQ. Like I said, a fighter's ability to craft and execute a game plan in the boxing ring that suits their skills and stifles their opponents. Okay. Now, the first step. Look at my likes. Okay, everybody hit the like. I have to call Fender Band or old school. Remember that. Okay. Now, the first step in developing ring IQ is to find your boxing style, right? Now, when crafting your boxing style, consider what natural physical attributes and gifts you have, right? Now, if you're tall for your weight with long arms, you might want to develop a boxing style centered around your jab, right? And keeping opponents at a distance from you, right? Now, the next step to developing your style is to identify and nurture any innate gifts you have as a boxer. Okay. Now let's take a look at some of boxing's tall fighters and how they utilize their height advantage. Start with the hitman, Thomas Hearns. Okay. Now, for example, like the hitman, if you are blessed with a devastating right hand that crumples your opponents, you would want to craft your boxing style around that punch, right? An example of that type of fighter was the legendary Thomas the Hitman Hearns. He possessed the chopping rear cross that few boxers could endure. Few. His boxing style was built around that. And he had a legendary trainer, Emmanuel Stewart. Okay, that helped. He used a whipping flicker jab. Whipping flicker jab, remember? That's what the Hitman used. Frustrate his opponents and goad them into changing range, only to be met with a dynamite chopping cross. Although Hearns used a simple style, he was able to execute it effectively in the ring against a lot of opponents. Okay. Vladimir Klitschko, another tall fighter. Now, for a tall fighter that lacks the one-punch knockout power that Hearns had, just look at Vladimir Klitschko for inspiration. Although he possessed a powerful straight right, he preferred to fight from long range, heavily utilizing jabs and lead hook, while keeping his head far away from his opponent. Okay. Klitschko's stance was bladed more than a traditional boxing stance, giving his lead hand maximum reach. His narrow stance also allowed him to quick movement forward and backward, but limited his lateral movement. Now, whenever his opponent attempted to close distance, He was able to dart out of range due to his stance, right? And as he was darting out, he often peppered his opponent with jabs as he exited. Another tall fighter, one more tall fighter, Tyson Fury, okay? Now, he's a tall fighter with light and agile feet, okay? Although he was an extremely tall boxer, close to 7 feet tall, his style revolved around his footwork. He can move with the speed of a boxer less than half his weight, right? And stay balanced and composed while doing it. The speed and fluidity of his footwork allows him to switch stances at will while shifting his weight and head between his feet to evade punches thrown at him. Let's look at some smaller fighters now, okay? Excuse me for a moment. Okay. Shorter build. Shorter build. Now, the same step can be used to craft your boxing style if you are short for your weight class, okay? Those were the guys tall. And if you're short for your weight class, you know, use the same kind of stuff to craft your build, craft your style, right? Okay. Although it can be a disadvantage when fighting at range, you know, being short. Shorter boxers are able to produce much more leverage on their punching from the inside. Look no further than Mike Tyson, right? He used the peekaboo style, which uses shifting footwork and stance switches to close distance quickly. Once on the inside, he is able to deliver a flurry of devastating punches. All right? We're going to go way back. Okay. There's Ernest Johnson. Salute, Ernest. We're doing boxing style and God damn, Ernest. Ernest Johnson, you must have ESP, man. Because look what you said. Late getting to this one. What's up, Founder? Did you cover Pep or Dimitri Piroch? I was just getting ready to say Willie Pep's name. Seriously. Seriously. Can I read your chat? Asking me, did I cover him? I was just getting ready to cover him, Ernest. Wow. That is great. Give me 3 numbers real quick, Ernest. Any 3 numbers. Since you coming in here on the ESP trip, maybe you give me the number for the night that's up. Seriously, put 3 numbers in there in the chat, Ernest. Any 3 numbers. Okay, Willie Pep, like Ernest just brought up, and I was really getting ready to talk about him. And Ernest asked me in his question. 296. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. 296. Let me write that down. But Willie Pep, we were talking about now. What were we talking about? Ring IQ. Yeah. And talking about shorter fighters, right? Willie Pep, perfect example. Now, shorter fighters who do not possess one-punch knockout power to study the style of Will-O-the-Wisp Pep, okay? Pep is considered one of, if not the greatest boxers of all time with only a 28% knockout ratio, okay? Great defensive fighter. Now, Pep did not have the explosiveness that Tyson Fury had. He relied on footwork that created angles while switching stances, like we went over earlier in the show, footwork and angles. Now, yeah, that's what Willie Pep used. Footwork and angles and great defense. Another short fighter, Manny Pacquiao. Now, Manny was shorter and had quick feet, okay? He moved up and unprecedented unprecedented amount, 8 weight classes. Amanda Serrano right behind him, by the way, she got 7. Okay. He won championship belts in each weight class. All thanks to his ability to apply effective footwork. Okay. His agile footwork allowed Pacquiao to take unexpected angles and land a punch before his opponent could react. Okay, all because of that footwork. Now let's go to what was that? Ring IQ? Yeah. Let's go to sparring. That's the last one. Then I'm gonna drop the link because we want to get a look at the hashtag Let's Talk Fashion for tomorrow. Okay. And I'll be glad when 4 o'clock get in so I can heat these sticks and chip them back up and smash them correctly. But I'm nibbling on them now. But 4 o'clock get in, I'm gonna smash them like Cass Sports know how to smash food. Okay. Sparring is last, but certainly not least. Sparring is a very important aspect of our sport. Okay, then we're gonna drop the link. Well, not just me, anybody can come up, you know. The mayor, Mr. Mayor, you're very welcome. Always welcome. We just want to get a look at hashtag Let's Talk Fashion for tomorrow. Now, sparring, okay, is the actual process of boxing with light blows. This is what it's supposed to be. Some fighters nowadays can change sparring to some kind of competition so they can go brag about it on social media. But what sparring is supposed to be? The act or process of boxing with light blows or of training by practicing the motions of attack and defense. That's what I think sparring is supposed to be, right? But like I say, some fighters nowadays have made it a contest. Then go back on social media bragging about what happened in it. And don't tell me. Okay, here we go. Sparring. We're gonna get a preview of hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. A blend of fashion, sports, entertainment, and life. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion by Remo, hashtag JBT. Okay, I like saying that. Now, one of the most important aspects of training in boxing is sparring, right? Sparring is the closest thing to a real fight without actually fighting, okay? It will help you gain a better grasp of the correct use of the skill and techniques you drilled in the gym and how to utilize them in terms of distance and reach, timing and rhythm, and in different degrees of power in an actual ring, fighting, right? Now, the core essence of sparring is to make you and your partner accustomed to the ebb and flow of a real fight. It's designed to mimic specific circumstances and situations you will face either in the ring or in real life, so that you know exactly what to do when the time comes to put your skills to use. Okay? That's sparring. Now, number 1. At what point should you start sparring? Okay? What point should you start sparring? Now, a lot of people who have trained in boxing for a few months have often wondered when they should start sparring. It's one of the most commonly asked questions. The answer to this question varies, okay, from person to person. But generally, sparring should be introduced after about 3 or 4 solid months of constant training, okay? Constant, consistent training. Ideally, you want to have the fundamentals incorporated into your daily training routine, at the very least. Things like basic offense and combinations, defensive techniques like slipping, parrying, and countering, things I went over today, as well as basic tactical strategies. What's happening is Canelo making his announcement. I noticed people slipping out. Is the announcement going on? Now, the last thing you want to do is rush into sparring to make sure you're at a level where you're confident enough in your abilities. Okay, at least in principle. All right. Now, one good way to know if you're ready to spar is by asking your instructor. You know, your instructors can see the progress you've made in training and how they can properly determine whether or not you're ready. Okay. Number 2, come prepared, right? Come prepared. As it should be with everything. Always come prepared both mentally and physically before every sparring session. This means you should have had ample rest time the night before. Getting enough sleep is crucial to your sharpness, which in turn has a direct effect on your performance, right? Number 3, choose your sparring partner carefully. I'm just going to run through these. I'm not going to go into any explanation or anything. Okay? Number 4, set the terms of intensity. Now that's important. That's important. Even though there are unspoken rules in sparring partners should ideally still have a verbal agreement before every session about how hard to go. Very important. Number 5, go in there with a plan. Okay? 6, practice different techniques. You know, once the sparring begins, practice different techniques. 7, focus on your defense. Okay? Important. 8, be mindful of your habits. 9, enjoy the process. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to drop the link in there. We're going to see if Remo will come up and give us a preview on the Let's Talk Fashion for tomorrow. Okay. And T Hill, anybody want to come up is welcome. Because we got like 15 minutes. Okay. And I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I think I kept a solid amount of people, more so than usual. So it must have been a good show. I'm gonna have to do more of these shows on styles and techniques and stuff, man. Wow. Seems like everybody enjoyed it for the most part. I appreciate everybody that's in here. We're gonna get a look at tomorrow's hashtag Let's Talk Fashion now. Maybe, if Remo is still here, or anybody else that want to come up for this last 15 minutes and chop it up, chop it down, whatever. You're more than welcome. This is Cass Sports, the History Channel, hosted by Cass Sports, the Boxtorian. And that nickname is courtesy of the mayor of YouTube Boxing, Mr. Thomas T. Hill. Hope that's right. There's the link. Anybody want to come up? We got 15 minutes to chop it up, chop it down, chop it all around. Come on down. Come on down. You are the next contestant on the Cass Sports, the Boxtorian History Channel. Hope everybody enjoyed the show, though. I look forward to this 2 o'clock every day. Have we had the big announcement from Canelo yet? Or what? Or we still waiting? But you know, I'm going to look at it in a minute when I get off, if we've had it. Or if we haven't had it, what time is it? What time is the big announcement? Or did they say a time? Oh, I think I did this wrong. Damn. We ain't going with that. I'm not sure if I did it wrong or right. You will find out. I think that's right. Yeah. There's damn, that's quite a name. Naheem the Shankat Boxer Pro Day. Is that your name? Oh, you had it, Naheem the Shankat Boxer Pro Day 2025. So what happened? Who's the next fight? Naheem the Shankat Boxer Pro Day 2025. You fighting Bud and Jamal? You can't fight both of them. I mean, who's next? Naheem the Shankat Boxer Pro Day 2025. Who's next? Okay, so we had the big Canelo announcement. Says Naheem the Shankat Boxer Pro Day. I like your name. I don't know what it means. I guess that link is right. I hope it's right. But yeah, so we've had the big Canelo around. He says he's fighting Bud Jamal. Who's he fighting on Cinco de Mayo? Is Bud first? He said Jermaine, but I think he means Jamal. No, he ain't fighting Jermaine Ortiz. Okay. Now we can wait on the big Face of Boxing announcement. Because we got some good fighters out there. The Face of Boxing haven't made his announcement. Booth, the GOAT. So yeah, we're in good shape. And we got a triple hitter this week. We got what do we have? We got Pro Box tomorrow. We got Jojo Diaz on Thursday. We got 2 cards Friday. We have Oshaki and Abraham Nova, and then we got Shushu Carrington on that card. And Saturday, we got Saturday. Oh, it's 2 cards. No, nothing Saturday. Another card from Mexico Friday. And then we got probably gonna get a catch the corner for him quick. What's up, Remo? What's going on, bro?
You tell me, man.
Yeah, we just gonna get our little weekly preview. You know how we do it on Tuesday, because tomorrow is Wednesday.
Yeah. I told you last week I had a goodie for you guys, but we got another one coming this week as well, man. We got a real good.
Yeah,
one.
last week was good. Mm-hmm.
We got each week we growing. We got the longer viewing now.
Yeah,
keep everybody
like
entertained. That. You know what I mean? But this week we focusing on the customization of shoes.
Okay.
By a particular artist. I want to say it's an artist because everybody who does something with their hands is considered an artist. So we focus on just the way that it makes you feel when you have a certain kind of shoe when it comes to either whether it be boxing, football, basketball, whatever. In our culture, we focusing on our clothes and our footwear. So this guy, he does custom 101s and specialty projects for high profile guys. And I also have a local customizer that's out here in New York that done a few things for a couple stars, Fabulous and a couple other guys. And he's an influencer as well. So a little feel of the real high end guy, and then somebody on the local level.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, looking forward to it. And that's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Right after the hangout. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion. All right.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. So
I did hear a little bit about the Canelo thing too.
Okay, that's what I was getting ready to ask you. Okay.
I heard there's not really much of like a announcement when it comes to like anybody he's fighting per se. It's more he signed a new deal with some kind of management company in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And his next fight, I think, is going to be free for the people to view in Mexico. It sounds like a cartel kind of deal, but
Oh,
he might frame it as he's doing for his people. I'm not too sure. I can't really say but yeah, that was the announcement. He said he was making another announcement about his actual fight though, but that wasn't pertained to his actual decision on who he's fighting.
So it'd be the Cinco de Mayo fight is next though, May, right? May 7th or something like that. May something.
He only usually fight twice. He fights Cinco de Mayo and he try to fight around Mexican independence.
In September,
It's the only time he really give anybody any offerings.
Yeah, he been consistent with that for the last few years, those 2 days, yeah.
Listen, man, he gonna take all that American money back to Mexico. He gotta make sure he represents his people.
That's right. So now, is he still with the PBC deal, that 3-fight thing? That's still on, right?
Yeah, I think that's contract.
Company?
That's a contract thing, but I think
Yeah.
His management situation is more like, he got a lot of other endeavors on the outside of the ring too. So I don't know if he's kind of leveraging some of that. He don't really need boxing, to be honest with you, but he'll probably finish out his career.
People were saying yesterday he's going to announce leaving PBC, but I say he's under contract for 3 fights. That's not what it is, Yeah, I heard some people saying that nonsense.
You don't just walk away. That's how it go.
Yeah. People always want to say something negative about PBC, though. They can't wait to say something negative about them.
Man, I signed a PBC today. I'll be happy as hell.
Me too. They still going strong. Yeah. We got the big Face of Boxing announcement coming up eventually, sometime, I guess.
Nah, I ain't even holding my breath anymore. Whenever it comes, it comes.
Yeah, he's gonna fight sometime this year.
Yeah, eventually. When he does fight, you know what I'm saying? It'll be an extravaganza
for
everybody
ready. Yeah, we'll be ready for it. Did you enjoy the show today?
Yeah, man. I tell you, I always come in and I learn things, man. Especially like
you get any homework out of it?
Listen, man. With y'all, I gotta figure it out because I heard Aunt McQueen the other day, open stance, close stance. I said, man, let's do it. Stop, man.
Yeah, those casual corners. They something else, man. I'm glad we're getting them again. Yeah, they was gone for a minute there. But we got triple back to back to back. The next 3 days is boxing, man. So yeah, we're gonna be good. Yeah.
Everybody gonna be pleased. And then you got the All-Star weekend this weekend too.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's this week. Yeah, this is a big weekend. I forgot about that. There's so much going on in sports nowadays, man. Wow.
Also, that I don't know if I'm be able to meet Jay on the time out there where he's staying at versus the time he's leaving. But the Shushu has a thing he's doing an open workout. That's right near me. That's right near me.
It is.
Coach Sosa, the coach for Colbert. He does a lot of work in that gym. That gym used to be kind of like a community center, boys and girls type of feel. Because that's like in the back of like some project buildings. What's the name also was in there too as a kid. Chris Colbert is out of there. So is Richardson Hitchens.
Man. Are they near where you from? Where you from? Are they from near where you from then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hitchens is he's from that area. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shushu is from Brownsville.
That's right. Yeah, I heard that before. Yeah.
Yeah, but he that gym had a bad flood a couple years back.
Oh.
And then it was upgraded by Under Armour.
Yeah.
Under Armour came in and they helped rehab that along with the Police Athletic Commission. So it's a whole different feel. The kids go there for free.
When is the workout? Is it Friday? It's Friday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
It was supposed to be today, but I think due to the snow, they had they closed a school out here. And they act like we was getting a blizzard in '96, but it ain't nothing on the floor right now.
Yeah, they just closed the school when they say
that gym is cool though.
Okay.
It's cool for the kids. They give them something to do, especially in that area. That area, you know, you can get lost real quick in that area.
Oh,
But
so you going to the workout?
Oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm on daddy duty, man. I got my wife out of town, so I'm making the runs with the kids.
Yeah.
My little punk ass son told me to go pick up something for Valentine's Day for some girl. I said, "Come on, man, what you got me doing?" You know?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, go pick up something for their girl.
Listen, man, he a youngster, so I help you do the right thing from the beginning.
Yeah, I might go with him.
But he gonna want to pick up too much. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you on that. Well, yeah, but okay, Remo, we're gonna be looking forward for that hashtag Let's Talk Fashion in the morning. Then I'm get ready to get on up out of here.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
thank you, Remo.
Before I go,
update. Okay.
I'm gonna email you. I did a little commercial thing. I did one of those AI things. I'm gonna send it to you in your email. Check it out.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna definitely do that as soon as I get it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Remo.
No problem.
All right. So that was Remo. The preview of Let's Talk Fashion. Hashtag Let's Talk Fashion for tomorrow at 10 o'clock after the hangout. And this has been another Cast Sports, the History Channel, hosted by Cast Sports, the Boxtorian. Okay, and I appreciate everybody again. What we got here? Ernest Johnson, Just Do Boxing, Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz, and more. Mike Rhyme, Hardcore Boxing News, hashtag JBT. That's the creator of JPT right there. Also proprietor of the Hangout. Remo, hashtag JBT. Lonnie Lee, hashtag JBT. I Serve 88. Attentive Aunt McQueen. The Boxing Menu Podcast. He's starting to put out some Good Friday shows. Turn your notifications on and look out for him because he don't have a specific time. But I was over there yesterday. Great show last night. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. The mayor of YouTube Boxing. And he was in the building. Gregory Pratt, hashtag JBT, a.k.a. GP. Appreciate you, GP. Al Booger. What's up, Al Booger? Was in the building. And Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. I'm getting ready to smash this fish and chips right now in a minute. Let me hurry up and get out of here. All right. Appreciate everybody. Another Cast Sports, the History Channel, is in the books. So this is Cast Sports, the Boxtorian, signing off. Everybody have a great day.